What's up, y'all? This is real good. Let's talk about addictions. So I just had a great day. Met a friend, had a picnic, went to therapy, made some videos for y'all. And there's other opportunities popping up now, like going to the hot springs, going to the farmer's market, hanging out with some friends later, sleepovers, so on and so forth. I had planned on just being reclusive. And right now, I'm feeling a compulsion to just head back home and get on that computer and play Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft. So what do we do here? Reality, goodness, and work. Reality, what does that mean? Check in. What's going on in the present moment? The somatics. Let's do our 3 breaths together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now let's drop into our feelings, our present somatics. Go ahead and pause this video now and start noticing what you're feeling. Feel free to come back after. Here I go. I'm feeling a pull, a desire to go back to a familiar, comfortable, sort of innocuous space. There's some peace, a perceived peace. I think there's a sense of productivity there, that's pseudo-productivity. Because when I think about that, I also have shame and embarrassment to even talk about perceiving a video game as productive. It almost feels so ridiculous that I don't feel shame. It all feels so ridiculous and childish and absurd to be playing a video game. No hate to those that you do. This is me and my process. I believe video games are a waste of time. And then I feel myself wanting to check in with rest and relaxation, which, what is that, like 7th on my hierarchy? I don't know if it's serving as rest and relaxation. I think it might be serving as escape. I think I want to escape. What is it that I want to escape? What is it that I want to avoid feeling? I don't know, involved, engaged in life. Maybe I want to avoid work. Maybe I want to avoid leaning into reality, goodness, and work. Maybe I just have an addiction to being entertained in that particular way. Some little serotonin or dopamine drip that I get from this game where I get to feel slightly productive. To me, one of the earmarks of an addiction or an unhealthy relationship is where when you're actually doing it, it doesn't feel that good. But when you're not doing it, you miss it and you crave it. That to me feels upside down and backwards. Talk about discernment, social discernment, activity discernment, self-investment discernment. I want for myself to lean into the things that actually feel good while I'm doing them, and that I don't miss and crave them while I'm not doing them. And that might take a little bit of extra effort, a little bit of extra work, noticing what's real and what feels good, and doing the work of remembering that something feels good when it's happening. And it may even require work to get to that good feeling. But because I'm not craving it and missing it, it's not part of this automatic compulsive pattern pulling me toward the thing, this compulsive and potentially addictive tendency. I think it's a good question to ask. What is it that feels good? That we tend to forget, that we don't miss or crave when it's not around, but it feels good when we're doing it. Yeah, write that in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and reflect right now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to put in a little bit of willpower today to push back against wanting to go home. I'm going to lean into some things that I wish that I was getting done, some little errands and things. You go ahead and write in the comments, what are some things in your life that feel good while you're doing them? Or you feel in the long term, once they're done, that you feel really good for getting them done. But bonus points if you actually feel good doing it and good for having done it, but that we forget, that we don't crave and desire, that we don't get pulled into, but that we want to start remembering and start proactively creating opportunities for and engaging in. I'm going to reflect on that on my drive. Be right back. And we can call this something like combating addiction and compulsion by remembering and leaning into and creating opportunities for things that feel rich and meaningful to us, for us in the actual experience and in the ongoing aftermath. Here's one, honestly, UNCOVERY. Every single time, UNCOVERY with anyone and everyone. It is always felt increasingly good as the process is picking up, and absolutely wonderful thereafter. No matter how hard it's been and difficult, it feels so meaningful and rich. Absolutely, hands down. So I'm going to add this and make a little request to myself, a little bit of fantasy I'm going to inject right now. A little vision of, what if I did UNCOVERY every single night? And I can start with or without anyone, right? But what if I did UNCOVERY every single night? And then would that even open me up to the idea of creating a pocket in there, starting, once I'm doing it every night, one of those nights a week becomes a paid night. Maybe that's one of the ways that we can grow into having meaningful, purposeful, good work in our lives instead of selling my soul back to software. Okay, so what is another thing that feels inherently good, meaningful, and rich that I don't necessarily seek out or remember or feel compelled toward? Long, slow, respectful workouts, especially when followed by stretching, rolling, and other kinds of body work and body care. Absolutely feels good, usually during the process and especially thereafter. And I feel super grateful and proud after I do it, and my body feels so much better, free of pain, more functional and fit. I get to enjoy the shower and the food, the replenishment process more. I probably sleep better. So that's number 2. I wanted to stick a kind of funny one in here. I want to admit, the job that I've loved most of my life was waiting tables. So I want to push a little financial example in here. I enjoyed waiting tables. I enjoyed getting to meet new people, have interactions with new people. I enjoy that the money and the tips, the major form of pay in those environments, could feel like it correlated from how much people enjoyed interacting with me, how much joy and richness could come from our relationship. I genuinely enjoyed waiting tables. Very interesting. Man, okay. That one's interesting. We have to process that one more deeply in another episode. Okay, a 4th. In dance. I wanted to say every time I've gone dancing, but that's not true. When I have respectfully warmed my body up such that I don't get injured, and I get into a freeness of dance that goes beyond my comfort zone and through my insecurities and anxieties to free, ridiculous self-expression, where I am feeling myself fully and playing and having fun in a way that's safe and respectful for my body and to the people around, but not worrying about what they think of me. I'm pretty sure every time I've ever done that has felt good, has felt great. During the process, exhilarating, and thereafter, oh, so good, without ever any actual downside. All right, one more. This is number 5. I want you to come up with at least one and add it in the comments. So for me, number 5 is going to be every time I've ever gotten something done that really needed to get done, I definitely feel good once it's done. I call this type 2 fun. Yeah, there's resistance up front. I don't crave getting things done. I usually don't crave getting things done. I always feel good after getting things done that I wanted to get done. When we hit that to-do list and we get through some important things, and the bigger the better, the ones that linger and that we've resisted, when those are done, oh, such relief. Feels so good. Gosh, I think this would be a great practice to do on a regular basis. We'll probably do another follow-up episode on this because I think this is fantastic. So hit up those comments. Let us know, because maybe our ideas can help each other. What are the things that you find do feel meaningful and good, either while you're doing them, but especially after you've done them or completed the activity, that we often forget about or we're just not addicted and compelled towards? And the reason this episode has gone this direction, let me wrap this up with simply resisting addictions and compulsions. I don't recommend. I think it's just a willpower drain. But replacing things, I think, is far more effective, far more sustainable. And that's really what we're looking for. If we've got some unhealthy addiction that we're trying to get rid of, attempt to replace it. And what do you replace it with? Ideally, one of these things that we just talked about. Or take your pick from any of the ones that apply for you. Hit up that comment section. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you got value out of this, hit that like button. This has bbeen real good. I'll see y'all again real soon. This has been fun. Thanks again for tuning in. Take it easy.